Hello everybody out there in the bookverse, it's Stephanie, and today I am back with some books that I definitely need to read before the end of the year. These are books that have been on my list for too long. I need to read them. Some of them are actually kind of newer releases that I still need to read, but these are ones that are like must reads for me before the end of the year. The first one I have is The Autumn Republic. I think I read the first book in this trilogy, the Powder Mage trilogy, back in 2020, I think. It has been probably going on 2 years since I read the first book in this series, and I definitely need to finish it because I probably have forgotten so much. I know I have. Like, I'm sure that the characters are going to take a little bit of getting used to again, and I'm sure I've forgotten some of the politics and things that are going on, but I need to finish this trilogy. I was enjoying it pretty well. I mean, it's not a new favorite, and I do have my problems with it, but overall it's a fun trilogy. I have to, like, it feels like it's so long, even though it's not too terribly bad. I need to finish this series. So this one's going to happen before the end of the year. I have made this commitment to myself. This next one is a new release I just have been wanting to read forever, and that is Juniperton Thorne by Ava Reed. This is the same author as The Wolf and the Woodsman, which I also need to read. But I put this one on the list because I feel like this is one that I'm absolutely going to love. I've heard this is dark fairy tale, but like really dark, and I'm so excited for it. I think this is going to be something I'm absolutely going to love. Plus, I got this awesome edition while I was in London, which makes it so much more special, and I'm just really excited to jump into this book. This is one that I'm probably going to be reading like October, November time, because it has that dark fall feel to it. Next one I'm pretty embarrassed that I haven't read it yet. That is The Hidden Palace by Helene Wecker. This is kind of a sequel, to The Golem and the Genie, which I absolutely adore. It is one of my favorite books. I just love it so much. So I got this one pretty much right when it came out, and I was sure I was going to read it right away. So excited for it. And then I just haven't gotten to it. I feel like part of the reason is because I want to reread The Golem and the Genie before reading The Hidden Palace, but I think I might need to just not and just read The Hidden Palace. I don't know. I would love to be able to reread The Golem and the Genie because it is so beautiful and I absolutely love it. But I do really want to get to this one. I hope I love it as much. I haven't really heard anyone talking about this book, so I don't know what to expect, but I hope it is just as beautiful and magical. Next is For the Throne by Hannah Witten. This is a sequel to For the Wolf. This is just a duology, and I feel like sometimes I put off finishing duologies, which makes no sense because it's just 2 books. You read one and then you read the next and it's done. And I love that, but for some reason, I'll put these like chunks of time in between these books in a duology and it makes absolutely no sense. I really enjoyed For the Wolf. It wasn't a favorite, but I did have a lot of fun with it. I liked the dark woods, magical, sentient forest vibes to it, which I love that in pretty much every book, honestly, and I'm hoping we'll get some more of that here, maybe dive more into the magic as well, and I'm really looking forward to it. It also has fall vibes, so I think that'll help push me to read it this fall. Another conclusion to a series, I have Wrath by John Gwynne. This is the 4th and final book in his Faithful and the Fallen series. I love this series. It is so good. I'm having so much fun with it, and this is the last book in that series. I would love to finish this entire series within the same year. I read the first book in January, and I just think that I need to do it in a year. I have read the first 3. All I have is the 4th one, and I love it, is the thing. I absolutely adore this series. It is so good. The characters are amazing. I think the Norse-inspired very brutal world is something I'm really getting into for sure, and I like the magic and the different like lore and things that we have really gotten more of as the story progresses. So I'm definitely wanting to finish this series. I don't know why I haven't just been binging it because I love it that much. It just feels like I'm not in the mood for adult high fantasy when I want to pick these up. I don't know why, but definitely want to finish this one by the end of the year. There are a lot of sequels on here, but Zodiac Academy 2, I read the first one and I was planning on continuing it like the next month, and I just haven't. I just have not continued this. I don't know why. So many of my Patreons have continued on with it, and I don't know what's holding me back. It seriously is something I should be in the mood for right now, kind of that little bit of dark academia, fantasy romance vibe. I don't know. I just need to get to this one. Maybe it's because it's so long and they just keep getting longer, and sometimes with fantasy romance I feel like that draws it out a little bit. We'll see. I'm not sure, but definitely I need to get this one onto my list. It needs to happen. Another continuation, Empire of Storms. I started the Throne of Glass series. Did I start it last year? I can't remember exactly when I started it, but I've been slowly moving through it as we go along, and I am on Empire of Storms, right? Oh, I think I'm on Empire of Storms. I could be on Queen of Shadows. I don't know. I don't know the order apparently, but the rest of the Throne of Glass series, I probably will not finish this series this year because we are coming up on the end of the year fairly quickly and I have a lot of books I want to read, but I at least need to read 1 or 2 more books in this series because I have a good time with them. I think they're compulsively readable and really enjoyable. I don't think they're as amazing as a lot of people think they are, but they're still fun, and I do want to finish this series, so I need to keep going with it. Otherwise, I think I'm just going to lose interest. And the final one, I feel like has been on so many like yearly TBRs or end of the year TBRs, all these things. Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. I have been saying I want to read The Infernal Devices for years, and I just haven't done it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why I can't just put them on here, because sometimes I am really in the mood, and yet I still don't read them. I have a couple of vacations coming up for the end of the year, and I'm considering just taking this trilogy and binging it on a vacation. It seems like a very vacation-y, bingeable series, and I think I'd have a lot of fun with that. The only problem is they're a little bit thicker, so they take up some room in a suitcase, but it might be worth it. So this series, I am hoping to be able to just like binge all 3 of them, because that's kind of the vibes I'm getting from it, and I'm really hoping I'm gonna like it, because since it's been on this many TBRs, I feel like I almost need to commit to reading the entire trilogy now, just because I've put it off for so long. Okay, that was just kind of a quick chat about books that I definitely want to read before the end of the year. Obviously, there are other ones that are parts of buddy reads or channel read-alongs or things like that that I'm definitely going to read as well, but I just kind of wanted to mention some that I don't talk about as much because they aren't like commitment reads. So these are ones that I definitely want to get to. How many were there? I only had 8 on this list. I think that is very reasonable, very doable. I mean, I could actually feasibly do that within a month if I decided to just binge these books, but it probably will be spread out. We'll see how many of them I get to by the end of the year. If you want to take a guess down below, guess which ones you think I will not get to and how many you think I'm going to get to out of the 8. As always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more from me, hit the subscribe button down below and the bell icon so you'll be notified when I post new content, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!